Yo, welcome to a special video that I would love to share. As some of you may know, I have beaten 10 extreme demons, 11 if you count ICDX, and we are going to rate them from S tier all the way to D tier. And let's talk a little bit about the level itself. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Cataclysm is a special one for me as I beat this as my first extreme demon. And then we get to the hardest part of the level, which is the wave, and look how scary and intimidating, and just look how tight those wave gaps are. I jumped from Windy Landscape with only having 3 insane demons, and I was playing the game for about 4 to 5 months at the time. It was a big jump, and this was my first biggest roadblock that I've encountered in GD. And I was severely underskilled, which took me 27,000 attempts to beat it. Overall, I actually liked the level despite many people say they heavily dislike it. I can understand because the first wave is just extremely hard and the 41% ship is just really awkward. But when you reach the 50%, it gets a lot easier compared to the start, so you basically have to hold your nerves to the end, which I love doing. And you can see my heart rate starts getting really high, like really soon here. And just holding your nerves here. This ship was really hard for me because my straight flying wasn't as great at the time, or my ship game overall. And this part, I died here like twice before beating it. And this wave, my heart rate's about 121 now, 126. But my heart was just raising. I'm like, my mind's like, oh my god, could this be it? My first extreme demon? Yeah, let's go! Let's go, we did it! First extreme demon! Oh my god. Dude, like, I was just so excited that I actually slayed an extreme demon, which at that time, I never thought I could do it. I thought it would take me like about 2 years to beat an extreme demon. As you can see, my heart rate's like 155 here, 156. Oh my god, dude. So yeah, that was such an exciting moment for me. And it's gonna be one of the most memorable moments because, you know, beat my first extreme demon. Here we go, Cataclysm, C tier. And now, for my second extreme demon, Iunctiogd. I love this level so much by Nejfu, and I highly recommend it as a first extreme demon for any of you wanting to slay extremes in the future. It has really good sync, and it has a simple but yet beautiful decoration. Cataclysm has more of a wave plus ship skill base, where Iunctiogd leans to more timing base. The skill base was different to Kata, so this was another challenge for me. Pre-drop in Iunctiogd was one of the hardest part of the level, but eventually I got consistent. However, once you get to the drop, it just flows like a river and it becomes so much fun. You can impress your friends when you beat Iunctiogd if they haven't seen the level because you just look like a pro because of the fast pace and the amount of clicks during the drop. But Nejfu made it in a way where it's an easy extreme difficulty. The ending is really difficult with nerves, and I know most people who did this as the hardest, including myself, has died in the end multiple times. The ending is designed to be chokeable, so if you die in the end, don't be too hard on yourself. Overall, my top 3 extreme demon, I highly recommended. Now, let's watch my reaction. Yes, I beat it! I beat it! I beat it! I beat it! I believe this took me about 19,000 attempts to beat it. I was just like, I'm done, it's finished. So this was definitely, for me, harder than Cataclysm, but a lot more fun. And my heart rate gets to about 138 here. Yeah, 138. So overall, I will give it an A. And now we get to Thanophobia. This is an interesting one. The first 9 to 10% of the ship is the most mundane part of the level, and my fingers just got tired playing it over and over again. And around this 11% red orb right here, I heard it's buggy and super hard, but I heard they fixed it, but I'm not too sure about that. Thanophobia is one of EVW's favorite, and I can see why. The pre-drop was a little bit difficult, but it got consistent in the end. It has a very cool horror vibe to it, which makes it feel eerie and a little bit scary. This was my third extreme demon, and I gotta say, overall, this was pretty fun for me. The drop is where it's at. It flows super well, and the song syncs pretty good. And the deco is amazing. I would say Thanophobia is currently the easiest extreme demon, but it can be super frustrating. I know many people dislike this level even though it's the easiest, but in my opinion, I still recommend Iunctiogd as your first extreme demon. And now let's look at the rest of the level and my reaction. Also, I did die at 85% twice, which is the last input before beating it. My heart rate's 148, I think. Let's give it a rating. And overall, I'll give Thanophobia a B. And now we get to my 4th extreme demon, Bloodbath. This was my absolute ultimate goal. When I started playing Iunctiogd in May of 2020, and after learning the game for a little while, I never expected to beat an extreme demon this quickly, let alone Bloodbath. I set Bloodbath as my ultimate goal when I was trying to beat 9 circles as my hardest. This was a jump from SiKky, and it took me 7 weeks to beat it with a whopping of 49,000 attempts. And right here, Michigan is the hardest part of the level for me, right? These 3 clicks here was just so difficult, and it took me a long time to get used to it and get consistent. I was playing, when I beat Bloodbath, I believe I was playing GD for about 9 months at a time. This was obviously a huge jump from SiKky and was way out of my skill range, but I was determined and kept believing in myself. And right here, Crack is the second hardest part of the level for me, but after getting consistent, I was a lot better with straight flying. I wanted to beat this because it just looks spectacular and it's a legendary, iconic demon. Until today, Bloodbath is still one of my favorite extreme demons. And right here, Edsa is the 3rd hardest part of the level for me. And I believe I took about... I died here about 10 times from 0 until passing Edsa. I wouldn't say Edsa is that hard, but from 0 it's extra difficult just because of the nerves. And then we get towards 90%. I believe I died 90% plus 3 times with my worst fail 97%. And now we'll see my reaction quite soon. Let's go! Let's go! We did it! We did it! I couldn't believe it at the time. The feeling was so surreal. And playing this level for 7 weeks and just going through a lot of these mental torture with 49,000 attempts and to beat it for a few seconds of joy, was it worth it? Hell yeah!
It's finally over.
It's over.
Dude, when did my moon turn orange?
When did my moon turn orange? This is how my moon changes color. And overall, I give Bloodbath an A. Highly recommended, my 2nd favorite extreme demon. Out of all the levels, this took me the longest time to complete, and with the highest attempt of 63,000. So Cuban Hell is a wave heavy level with 3 times speed. It feels heavily RNG for me because my wave skill was not up to scratch, although my wave game has improved quite a bit after playing SiKky, and that's one good thing I can take from it. I believe EVW is doing SiKky Hell at the moment with having 86% as I'm making this video. So let's hope he can beat it soon. A short but lethal level. Let's watch the rest. This spamming part really taught me how to spam, increase my CPS, and then the last wave is so nerve-wracking.
Oh, I beat it!
I died to the last wave 20 times.
Holy shit! Holy fuck! Oh shit, I beat it! What the actual hell? I almost died to the last
I almost did as well.
Jesus.
I died to the last wave 20 times before beating this level. It was such mental torture. I don't recommend this level, especially if you're going for your new hardest. And I'm going to put SiKky now all the way down to D, my least favorite extreme demon. God damn.
Trash.
And for my 6th demon, another brilliant level made by Jonathan G, Dark Odyssey. It's such a chill, good level, especially after beating SiKky Hell. Most of you already know Dark Odyssey is a remake of Dark Travel, and both of them are 6 minutes long. Dark Odyssey is harder than Dark Travel, as I believe Dark Travel is an insane demon and Dark Odyssey is still currently an extreme demon. I had so much joy playing and learning this level. Every part of this level is absolutely amazing. Just everything about this level is just really cool. Over here has a really unique gameplay. If you hold your mouse, it changes the hitboxes. And over here you can see at the bottom you have to memorize the arrows, and it changes for every single attempt. So it's just these awesome random triggers, and it just makes the gameplay very, very fun and unique to play. Then we almost get to the UFO here, and UFO is my worst game mode, but I found this part the most fun to play, and it's my favorite part of the level to play. So you know the level is amazing when they can make your worst game mode and make it like super fun to play. IIMSD and Cake and Smooch off. The thank you for the follow. The decoration is absolutely astonishing. This is the most aesthetic pleasing extreme demon that I've beaten so far. The colors, the designs, the random triggers, and everything about this level is an absolute masterpiece. I would say this is a very easy extreme demon. However, would I recommend this as a first extreme demon? It really depends. If you're used to XL levels which are 4 to 6 minutes long, then sure, it can be a real good level to play. But if you're used to levels being under 2 minutes, then this could be a bit of a challenge. This level took me 5,000 attempts and I enjoyed every single attempt on it. And we get to Michigan here. And then we're about to get to the jewel part. The jewel part is amazing. And I'll show you guys right here. Alright. This took me a while to learn, but once you learn how to play this jewel, it gets really consistent. Alright. Just look how amazing this is. And just flows super well. And I believe like around here my heart rate starts pumping. There it goes. It's down to 82, 83. It was 80. Yeah, it's start pumping here. It's just so satisfying to pull off once you pass the duel. And then we get to the second duel. This was probably the hardest or the second hardest part of the level for me. And over here, this ship is ironically, this ship is like probably, it's very, very tricky. And I didn't die here much from zero, but I died here a lot with, in practice mode. And then we get to the mountains. I've died here, I think once. I died here a few times at the mountain, and I had my worst death around, I think around here. This is my worst death. And then it's just the scene, the atmosphere. John makes the atmosphere really, really incredible. SiKky, you have a new follower. And then we get to the end. I was fortunate enough not to die here, I believe. But in the end, it's just like, the music is so chill, so relaxing. But you do feel the pressure, like you can see my heart rate is 132.
SiKky, you have a new follower.
Someone's spamming, remember, the chat's spamming, remember 1990. Dude, just imagine dying in the end. Oh, that would have been devastating. Thank you, Jonathan, for making this astonishing level. Really enjoyed it, every single attempt. Overall, really fun, which I will give an A. So far, we don't have any S's yet. I wonder if I have an S rating. You guys will find out soon. And for my 7th extreme demon, I always wanted to complete this level after beating Kata and Bloodbath to finish off the apocalyptic trilogy. I quite enjoyed Aftermath actually. It does have some annoying parts. This wave part is probably the second hardest part for me just because it's just super tight, those waves. And I got a lot better after playing Cuban Hell, so my wave game has improved, but I still kind of suck. This part, however, the ship part, caused me a lot of trouble because I was really inconsistent at it. But once you get past it, the level just flows so well. And I have spent 19,000 attempts on this level before beating it. Overall, I really enjoy it. It's really fun. Definitely should beat Aftermath if you've already beaten Bloodbath and Kata. And now we get to the end. It's just all about holding nerves. And let's see my reaction here. Actually, I died at 93% before beating it as well. Yes! Let's go! Apocalyptic Trilogy Completed! I was so happy when I beat it. It was such an amazing feeling for some reason. I think just because finishing the trilogy, like beating Cataclysm as my first extreme was amazing feeling because of the first extreme. Then beating Bloodbath was another amazing feeling because it was an ultimate goal. And then beating Aftermath just completes everything. The whole triangular apocalyptic trilogy. Well, overall, not a bad level. I'll give it a B. Now we get to my 8th extreme demon, Allegiance. This is my 100% favorite extreme demon level that I completed. It has amazing gameplay and a great song to vibe with. It is also FNAF inspired. Allegiance has been out since 2016, so that's more than 5 years now, and it's a really old extreme demon, but yet still very relevant today in terms of playstyle. And then we get to one of the hardest jumps in the level, which is around, I think, 35%. Right there, that click is so hard. I died there. I think my pass rate was about 66%. And this is right before the drop. Super fun, super chill, and it just gets you ready for the drop. And it's right about now. So the drop is super fun to play here. Really, really amazing flow. And then we get to around, I think, 57%. This ship part is like really hard, but it gets consistent. And then this wave part, I really struggled with that wave part for some reason. It's just really, really awkward, but you know, overall the game is still pretty fun. Then we get to the almost the dual part right here. It's pretty like it's pretty unique there, and this is my favorite part right here. The swing copter. I love the swing. This is my first level playing this swing copter, and yes, it's super satisfying when you beat it. And then you just gotta hold your nerves. And there you go.
Yay! We made it! After eating the 10 cheeseburger challenge.
Hold up. Yes. I beat this level after doing the 10 cheeseburger challenge. If you guys didn't know, I did a 10 cheeseburger challenge before beating this level. I guess if you eat 10 cheeseburgers, it gives you some sort of superpower to beat extreme demons. I spent 8,000 attempts on this level. Overall, my favorite extreme demon, and I'll give it an S. And we get to my 9th extreme demon and my current hardest, Subsonic. And the hardest part of the level is right here, G-Boy. This section is really, really hard. And I am grateful that it's the hardest part is at the start of the level instead of at the end, because it's better to die over and over again at the start than, you know, towards the end. Subsonic was a demon I wanted to beat when I was playing Bloodbath. It was an exciting new hardest for me because I felt this would be such a better experience than when I first was trying to beat SiKky Hell as my former hardest. And I was right. When I first practiced this level, I was intimidated. The 2 duels in the end took me a long time to understand and get consistent. This is another level that flows super well and makes it really, really enjoyable. This level came out in 2017, which makes it 4 years old, and it still gets played quite often till this day. Very consistent and highly recommended. And this Vibrant part is very, very fun to learn. It does take a little bit while to learn, but once you got it down, it's very consistent. Rustam is like really, really interesting. I died here a few times, this ship part, for some reason. Like, I never really got a super consistent. The Devon's part is really fun here. I used to die to this UFO so many times. And then the fun begins. Here we go, the first duel. This took me a while. But once you get it down, it's like super satisfying to pull off. And this wave was just scary. Alright, then we get towards near the end. So this part is just a little bit chill, but then here comes the most chokeable part of the level, Jazor. And I must say, I got really lucky here because I fluked Jazor. I don't ever fluke levels, but I fluked my new hardest, so I'll take it.
Yes! Let's go! We did it! Let's go! I fluked Jazor! I fluked Jazor!
I think my highest heart rate is
I beat it today.
155 heart rate.
I have list points.
I had list points. Not anymore. Some sort of is legacy now. So this level, super fun, highly recommended. And it took me, I think, 18 or 19,000 attempts to beat it. So I'm very proud of that. I usually take a lot longer than that. Yeah, and I'll take the fluke. I never fluke levels. Overall, really glad that I took this as my hardest. And I'm gonna rate it S tier. I could be biased because it's my new hardest, but I absolutely love the level. And last but not least, Misty Mountains, my 10th extreme demon. I've heard of this level for a while and I wanted to play it, but I put it on hold until I beat Subsonic. I remember practicing this level a while ago and just did not like the pre-drop. It was intimidating, and I gotta say, it's still intimidating. Welcome back. So people talk a lot about the deco and the gameplay, but not many people talk about the atmosphere. The atmosphere on this level is on point with the whole mist vibe, and playing this level makes me feel cold, like being in an actual mountain. Also, the deco is amazing and the drop, oh my god, one of the funnest drops I've ever played. And I still play even today as a warm-up. I also talk about this level being a really good entry extreme demon, as we got, you know, the typical Iunctiogd, Cata, and Thanophobia being the most common first extreme demon. I want to say Misty Mountains, definitely not a good choice. Overall, besides the pre-drop, the level flows really well and it has an amazing mountain theme. Maybe I like this level because I don't get to experience snow from where I live. And right here, we're almost going to get to the drop. I think Misty Mountains took me about 5,000 attempts to complete. And the drop here. Boom, da, 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 da. Just, it's so good. So much fun. And the transitions is all perfect. Like, it's not like, it wasn't buggy. It's just really chill and just, it's readable. Like, it's sight readable as well. It's just so beautiful. And then we get to around 70% where it's just so chokeable. This jewel part, super chokeable. And I love this part right here. Goes fast and then slow and then back to 4 times speed. Yeah. Very chokeable around the 90% area. And the ending here is just super fun. And I grabbed all the coins.
Let's go!
Overall, really fun level, and I recommend doing this as your first or second, third extreme demon. So, Misty Mountains, where would it go? Overall, I'll rate it B tier. And that concludes my 10 extreme demons and many more to come in the future. So, for D tier, we have Cuban Hell. C tier, we have Cataclysm. B, we have Thanophobia, Aftermath, and Misty Mountains. A, Iunctiogd, Bloodbath, then Dark Odyssey, and then S, we have Allegiance and Subsonic. Let me know what you think about it. If you disagree or agree, let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and click here to watch my other videos.